Hey everyone, how's it going? Phil Monteleone, the book peddler here. I'm coming at you from my little shop in Smithville Flats, New York. I hope if you haven't yet that you please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Book Peddler. You can stay up to date on book picks, in-store, out-store activity. I got a playlist with different musicians that come to the shop that you can check out. And also I'm making videos like this on business experiences with selling and buying and online selling and things of that nature. And I think if you're a new seller out there, or even a seasoned one, maybe you could find yourself some more tips and things that I do as I continue to progress in this business and become more and more successful selling books. Now, I've been contacted the last week after my last video by a number of new sellers. One of them I want to give a shout out. I told him I was going to dedicate this video to him, Josiah from Boston, Massachusetts. What's going on, brother? He's getting into the into selling books online, and him like me, he's in manual labor construction. I didn't want to be broken by the time I was in my 50s and 60s, like I see a lot of these guys. And book selling for me was kind of like a way out in a sense of that particular life. So, and still be able to make money and live and do something you love doing. So Josiah, the book auger, this one's for you. He's just starting out selling. And to the other guys who have contacted me, well, I really appreciate the feedback and everything. So I wanted to make this video because it's something I needed to hear when I was first starting out selling. And it took me a good couple years to really be bearing down and start listing those books. And so, the number one thing that you need before starting an online book business or a hobby or side hustle, whatever you want to call it, is discipline. It's the one thing that I lacked in and many others lack in because they procrastinate so much on it. And it definitely took me a while to get that discipline, but I'm going to talk with you on how I developed a strong work ethic and discipline to list daily. And maybe you'll find this information valuable and helpful if you're in the same position. So if you're going to be successful with selling books every day, what I would ask myself is, how much am I willing to work for a day? Feasible. Now, I have different factors at play. Most of you probably don't have a brick and mortar store like I do. I'm constantly splitting hairs. My time is spent in different avenues of the business, but online does generate a certain consistency to it that I can generally expect on a weekly basis in terms of sales number. Especially since I'm in the middle of nowhere, I can't always count on people to flood the shop every weekend. Some weekends are outstanding. They far surpass my online sales, and then some are dead, and then the online picks up that angle. So my main question I'd ask myself is, what am I willing to work for a day? And for me, it's $100. I need to at least list $100 worth of material. For you, it could be different. Now, it could be $200, it could be $300. Maybe just start out with $50. Whatever the case may be, you have to list every day or nothing's going to sell. Sometimes I would have book piles built up because I was stressed out about it, to be honest with you. Sometimes it takes a lot of work to look up things and trying to figure out exactly what you got, but it must be done. So what I did was set that goal of $100 a day. Now, with seller fees and everything taken out, which is say around average between 25 and 30%, and that would be my hourly my day's pay, basically, is what I would figure in my head. It was a good goal to reach. You have to become obsessed with this business. I would get obsessed at point of times with like hitting the heavy bag, where I would be dreaming about it. The next day, how good it felt to hit the heavy bag or play basketball or whatever the case may be. And the same mindset I had to bring into this avenue of my life. When I was a young kid, I never would do schoolwork and stuff. Actually, funny story, I was being held back. They wanted to hold me back because they said I couldn't read. Figure that one out, right? So that teacher, she's a sweetheart. She actually came in my shop, I think like the first year I started. It was so funny. I'll never forget that. My mom's like, it ain't that he can't read. He just doesn't do it, you know? So I had to go see a counselor. And I was a young kid. It was funny what he said to me, being so young. But he said, Philip, he did the little test. He goes, you can get in any private school you want to. It's not a lack of trying or anything. You got to get horny about it. That's what he said. Same thing with this. Get horny about it. Get obsessive. Everyday list. If you need this discipline before you start. Basically, when I did the math, now some days I would list a book that was, hundreds of dollars. Some days it's books $10 to $20. But whatever, pick your goal, pick your number a day, and list. At $100 a day, I did the math. I'm not good with math. But 365 days of the year, $100 worth of books. That total number would be $36,500. Now you times it by your fees, which generally for me, I always go up a little bit just to cover my bases, is 30%. So now I have to subtract 10,950. So that equals in the year, I'd be netting $25,550. Divide that by 12 months, it's a little over $2,000. A week is about $300 plus. So don't let those numbers deter you, however. Books sit for a long time, okay? And it can be very frustrating because you're not going to see immediate turnover. It's not industrial. It's not something that people need to have. A lot of the cases are more of a luxury item in many cases, or people with money who want a collector's book. So you can't be deterred and get down about that. I've had books that have sat for years, and when they finally sell, you get a return. Think about this. When it's online, it stays online forever. The work is done. And as I say, everything sells at some point. Everything. So you have to have a level of patience with this. And but listing every day is going to set yourself up so that at some point in the future this book will sell. The discipline of fortitude to continuously list books will build upon that total value that you have built up. I get it. It gets stressful. It's time consuming. It's frustrating. But it will pay off if you stick with it. It's not always a glamorous business. Like a lot of these book gurus, you can make, $50,000 a month or whatever the case may be on listing. A lot of times it's what they're talking about. They're gross. They're not including the fees of the sites, and I know this because I've replicated some of their templates and systems, and they do work to a large extent, but there's different factors as to why I didn't continue on that road. So for now, I just solely list on eBay, okay? But I'm not going to get into those details because I want to stick with the main point of this video, and I know new booksellers like Josiah have been having a difficult time pulling it together and making sure you list every day. Get obsessed with it and start listing and set goals. My goal was by the end of this year, I wanted to list at least in material, I wanted to have on an active basis $50,000 worth of material always up, okay? And I wanted to maintain over at least 1,000 individual listings. So I hit those goals months ago, and I'm very proud of that. And when I hit about 350 to 500 listings, I experienced consistent sales. On a daily basis, I would sell multiple items, multiple books. So it was kind of in that range of that number. Now, I haven't experimented with promoted listings or this, that, and the other. That's probably for another video. But set goals for yourself. And what's great is some of the books I've listed, 2 or 3 years ago, like I just sold a $400 set that I listed a year ago. Once it's up forever. So please do yourself a favor and start listing now. So anyhow, I think that's going to be the end of this video. I had to learn it the hard way. I had to, in many cases. But the one key thing that I was missing was that discipline. You're dealing with a world market now, and there is no reason why you should let laziness basically contribute to possibly ruin your dreams of doing a book business online or whatever the case may be. Get disciplined and write your goals. And after, I'm going to close out this video, and I'm going to start listing right now my $100 worth of books. If you stay consistent, you're going to be okay in this. And just a little note, I don't care if people reach out to me. You know, it's been really nice feedback I've been getting from people, and I really appreciate the support. Don't be a weirdo or something, okay? Then we're gonna have an issue. But everybody's been real cool, and I appreciate all your support out there. And like and subscribe to the channel if you have. Remember, discipline's the #1 key if you want to be successful with online book selling. You got to do the work. Nothing's given to you in this world. Okay, capiche? With that being said, guys, turn off the video and go list. We'll see you next time.